Sunny Saturday morning, and I thought I've been thinking about doing a garden tour for people to see my garden, and I've got a load of jobs to do today. I'm at home all day, garden day. I just sat here having my morning coffee. My coffee, their coffee, and they're waiting for it. I'll tell you what, let's give them theirs. Now, is there anything finer than looking at fish glisten in the sun? Are they just not living art? Oh man, I could watch them all day long. And we'll have some videos of the koi, but I thought, not a sunbather, I thought we could do a video and I mean, the garden's in a little bit of despair. I've spent a lot of time down the allotment and I've actually neglected the garden a bit. So I thought I could get a good clean up video done today, set up a time lapse. There's loads of jobs to do. I'll spin you around, we'll do a before, walk you around the garden. Some of the jobs I probably won't be able to get done because I'm waiting for my chipper broke. I used to have a chipper in the garden, so when all my branches and stuff I'd trim all the branches of my hedges, I'd pile them up and then I'd run them through a chipper. Easier to compost then, or I'd just use them as wood chip, just spread them in the beds and break down like that. So I'm waiting for a new one of those to come. So I have got a pile of branches that will still be there at the end of the day, but yeah, I thought it'd be a good opportunity to do a garden tour. So anyway, I'm going to finish my coffee and then we'll get to it. Right, so out of the messy raised plant a bit, we've got a couple of pots on this where this little gateway is. So we've got an archway here which has just got my runner beans in it, and a winter cabbage, and there's a red cabbage which is starting to form. It's not huge, it's not the biggest, but I'll tell you what, I'm happy with it. Not long before that's it. I mean, it was sold as a red cabbage. It doesn't look overly red, but I mean, I don't care. Cabbage is a cabbage. Runner beans. These are canes that I made last year out of old sunflowers. Focus. Yeah. Another one. And they're really sturdy. Even if I get a couple of years out of them, they're taller than me. They're over, yeah. They've got to be 6.5 foot. So, yeah, runner bean arch, and that does literally just droop down. I just literally pick them. This brilliant. I mean, I know I've got runner beans down the allotment, but I can't help myself. I love growing at home as well. This is just a little fern bed next to Clematis montana, which is in dire need of a bit of trimming, but nothing around there. I tried lettuces, it's just super shady. So the ferns love it. A little bit of lobelia, and a random volunteer tomato again, which I'm leaving. Over here we've got some dwarf French beans, which are quite prolific. These are I can't remember the variety. I'll have to put them on the. It's a variety that I love. I can't remember the name. I'll pop it on the screen. Really prolific, really nice bean, really tender. They are lovely. Strawberries. Excuse the shade. We've got some parsley and some basil in the pot for the passion fruit, which is just gorgeous. And you can see I'm inundated in flowers on it. They are everywhere. So in a minute, this is just going to be a white wall of just, and the bees love it. The bees just get right involved in them. These were some shop bought tomatoes because I've done so poorly bringing mine out early. We've got Gardener's Delight, very prolific cherry tomato. And then we've got some Alicantes. Again, 2 prolific tomatoes. I really wanted more, but I have just had an abundance of volunteer tomatoes. So as I've seen them growing, where I grew so many last year, like particularly in this stone, as these weeds are coming up, I've had tomatoes coming up. So I've popped some in there, there's 2 in there, there's 2 in there, there's 1 in there. I've just popped them everywhere really, so I'm just going to hope for the best. I grew 3 different varieties last year, so we'll see. We've got some thyme, some chives. These are some marigolds that my mum grew and gave to me, and obviously the volunteers. I mean, I'm probably going to nip these off because I want these to get a bit bigger. I do like flowers as well, so I do tend to try and pop flowers in and around the garden for the bees and the hoverflies and just the pollinators really. Another red cabbage in a pot from last winter. This is my jade plant or money tree, which, I mean, this was huge, and I let the frost get it last year. I mean, these were all little cuttings. These were massive that I used to keep in my pond. It is bouncing back, and it does grow quick when it is happy. There is plenty of little fresh buds coming, but yeah, I've just got to be super vigilant this year, like get it in long before the frost date. This is some garlic chives that I found. We live near, not far from Hyde Hall, so we went to Hyde Hall one day for the gardens and had a walk around the gardens, and they have a garden centre in there, and we see this, which is a garlic chive they call. Yeah, so it's probably at a size now where I can start cropping some and try some, so perhaps on the next barbecue with a bit of potato salad, that might be worth a go. These were, I'll chop in a bit of footage from me the other night where I started pulling my onions, but this whole bed I filled up with onions, and I'm so happy with them. They've actually done better than what I had done down the allotment. That's a big red onion. I mean, I've got my allotment onions over here. I pulled them out of the garage just as a comparison. I mean, the white's done all right down the allotment, but the reds were absolutely dire. So this is why it pays you to perhaps do 2 crops in 2 different places if you have the space. So the whites are looking good as well, but the reds, these were the few, that's it, that's all I had that flowered. I'm going to chop them and have a look and see if they're any good, and if they are, I'll perhaps pickle them. I've always got a jar of pickled red onions in the fridge, but you know, God, I'm so happy with them. They are massive. So this future of this bed is probably going to be some quick growing carrots, maybe some salad, maybe some beans. I've got a variety of bits and bobs, some quick germinating stuff that I'll get in there. But I'm definitely, I mean, it's the 20th of June. There's no way I'm letting this bed go to waste. There's still plenty of stuff I can grow in there. So I'm going to get these onions out today, get them drying in a cool, dark place, my garage, and top this up with some fresh compost and get something in there. And over here, I've got my first blueberries. Can't believe it. And they are, this bush is loaded, like more than I can eat. This one bush, actually there's about 3. So basically I had like a bit of a blueberry bush addiction for the last few years. Every time I've gone to the garden centre and I see a little blueberry bush, I buy it, and they're only tiny little things, so I've just shoved them all in this great big planter with some ericaceous soil, and they're doing well. So, but because there's a few different bushes in there, they all sort of cross pollinate. Oh, they just do great. They do really, really well. So look at them suckers. Got some more lettuce, volunteer sunflower, chives. Look at all the seeds. Seeds are ready to be had, so I'm happy with that. Grass is in dire need of a cut. Hoverflies love it over here. Do need to do a bit of deadheading though. Bit of aphid attack here as well, but I'm sure the hoverflies will make light work of those. Just a bit of a cage there, just needs tidying up. This is what I put up to try and protect my poor grass from my dogs. I've got one dog in particular that every time he marks, he has this 5-minute kick in his back feet fit, where I think he thinks he's some kind of lawnmower, and he just absolutely destroys patches of my grass. I've given up. I've seeded it 4 times this year. He just comes in on the attack. But all of this hedgerow I planted myself, including this bloody ash tree, which now shades half my garden. I pulled it out of the skip about 15 years ago. No, how long have I been here? 13 years ago. I just moved in this house, and it had no leaves on it. I didn't know what it was, and I was like, oh man, there's a tree in that skip. I'm going to save it. And this garden had nothing in it. When I moved in, it was just all grass. The whole thing didn't even have a pathway, just one big patch of grass. So I was like, I'm going to plant it over there in the corner and see what happens. See if anything comes of it. It barely had any roots on it. Well, yeah, about that. So that is a British ash tree, which rains down all of those seed pods all over my garden. Anyway, moving on. I've got a wildlife pond, and it's so important to have something like this in your garden. I think every garden should have something like this. They are so cheap. I made this myself. I've done it in a day. It's a simple pump, a little bit of a liner. It's, you know, they are simple to do. I've just put some ferns and some nice, I mean, this is mint. Actually, another job of mine today is to trim this mint down, but we've got a bit of mind your own business growing. We've got some lobelias. There is some irises that are falling over there. They're not done so well, but this is 1 year old. This is 1 year old. I did this last year. We've got some lilies in there. They're just coming out. Some more mind your own business. I will say the rocks and the boulders I already had dotted around the garden. So, but just forgetting the rocks and the boulders, you can still make a stream with pebbles, with bags of pebbles, and planting. If you're patient enough to plant by seed, you really could do this cheap. And I'll cut in a little clip of just the birds that come down. I mean, this morning alone, I've witnessed blue tits, goldfinches, great tits, a dunnock, starlings, pigeon, dove, house sparrows, all drinking out of this just this morning. They know where it is. They come back to it every single day. They bath in it, they drink in it. I've now got dragonflies in the garden. I have bees that come and land on the lilies to drink, and there's a hoverfly there that sits there. There's more sitting. They literally sit on the edge of them lilies and have a drink. They land on these stones and have a drink. It's excellent. I know I have this. This is a very clinical body of water. It's square, it's straight sides. Dragonflies in the past have tried to lay eggs here. The koi just gobble everything up. If there was a dragonfly larva in there, it wouldn't last long. It's got a flat bottom, straight sides. It's very, very clinical. So it's not ideal for wildlife. I've never had a frog in there. It's got 2 foot high walls. Not that I want frog in my koi pond, that's why it's built this way. But I do absolutely believe it's so important to have something for the wildlife. I've seen foxes drink out of the stream. I've had newts in here. I've had frogs in here. This is a year old, and I've seen all this. Like this, it draws so much wildlife. It is incredible. Here's the dumping ground currently. So I had to hack back a load of this because my bench had gone. You couldn't see it anymore. So all of that is from that. That grows so quick. Within a month you won't even see where I trimmed all that. So yeah, this just needs a good tidy up. I need to rake the leaves up. I could probably do with putting some fresh stone down. I need to get my new wood chipper here so I can chip all that. And I basically just spread all these shrubbery beds that I put in, anything I chip, I just chuck back there. I've got like this little sleeper wall that I built, and I just literally throw it all back there. Oh, I don't know if you follow my other videos where I do videos of my hens. If you do, you're familiar with young Truffle there, who we hatched ourselves a few weeks ago. He's doing really well. I keep calling him he. I don't know why. I've convinced myself he's a cockerel. I won't know for about 9 months. But they're doing well. They have a bit of red cabbage in there. They weren't keen on that. But actually, they probably do have some eggs for me. Oh, this is the filter house. Again, I'll do this in another video. But this is what runs and powers my coop on. But how warm is it in there? Oh, girls, it's 30 degrees. But it's 30 degrees outside. Will you lay me an egg? I know there's eggs in there. I know there's eggs in there for me. I saw them this morning. But you can lay me another one. I'll come back. We'll come back and collect the eggs. So, as you can see, I've got a bit of tidying to do. I need to cut the grass. I need to put stuff away. I need to get the onions sorted. I've got some seeding to do. I need to fill up my bird feeders. It's a perfect sunny weekend jobs I'm pleased to do. This is a magnolia plant, by the way, that I bought from Tesco's for about £3, and it was about 4 inches tall 2 years ago. It's looking really good now. So yeah, the garden's in a bit of despair. It all needs a good clean. All needs trimming, and I wish I had my chipper here, because I'm going to do all this work today. I'm still going to have that pile over there. But anyway, that's fine. It's coming. So yeah, if you're the sort of person that likes to watch satisfying clean-up videos, then I'm going to chop in some time lapses now. Enjoy. Right, so this is the first little growing section of my, it's basically where my back gate is, and I've got 4 planters, and then a cold frame planter and a composter, which I've got some lovely volunteer. They look like a main crop variety of potato. So I normally eat Albert Bartlett roosters, so I'm guessing it's just some kitchen scraps. I did put some of the old potato compost in there, but they weren't, I'm pretty sure they weren't a main crop variety. So I'm going to guess these are nice red Albert Bartlett roosters. So I've not touched the composter since these have come out. Hence why I've got a little build up of bits to go in it over there. But we do have some edamame beans, we have some lettuces and some volunteer tomatoes, and I'm actually going to keep these because I did so poorly this year with my tomatoes that I grew from seed. Basically all these beds was my own compost that I made, and a lot of the old tomatoes from last year went in there, so that's a lesson to be learned. I've pulled out tons that are like that size, but a few of them I thought, you know what, let them go. You killed all your bloody tomatoes down the allotment, so why not? Edamame beans, first time I've ever done these, so let's just an experiment really. We love to eat them from the pod, so we basically blanch the whole pod with the bean inside, crack a load of pink Himalayan salt over, and then basically just like you pop the beans out in your mouth with the saltiness of the pod. It's lovely. So let's see. Got some cabbages and bits and bobs in there, and some ferns just in pots, just because I didn't have anywhere else to put them. And then I've got some volunteer sunflowers and more tomato, and these lettuces. A lot of these ones at the front I sacrificed to the sparrows, and a lot of the ones over the back I've ended up giving to the chickens. So these have been left alone by the sparrows because they've been happy to have them ones over there. So this is what we've been eating every day, and sparrows and chickens have had those. And yeah, I'm hoping to get some more lettuce sown today or tomorrow, because these are all sort of coming to their end. Obviously these started to bolt, so I've still eaten them even though they're bolting. They're still just a bit crunchier really, but they taste, I like them like that really, so I'm quite happy. But yeah, it's a bit messy in here. This is where all the pots and bits and bobs and canes, and yeah, so anyway, moving on. So I'm just getting through the jobs. I just cut the grass, and I used to always compost my grass cuttings, but now I have grass cutting eating machines, and they love it. They love foraging in it. And I won't hear a peep out of them now. That will keep them busy all afternoon. First they have a bit of a munch of it, and then they just start kicking it about everywhere and just having a good old forage. And I've been doing this every week for about 6 months. They love it. In fact, when they hear the lawnmower going now, they start getting rowdy because they know what's coming. They've definitely associated the lawnmower noise with it's grass time. But yeah, even little baby Truffle's getting right involved with the grass clippings. These are just crazy little creatures. They're so great. Anyway, enjoy your grass. Got chores to do. Crazy creatures. Okay, next I need to do a bit of maintenance on the stream. Really, most of it's okay. Just the mint at the back is getting a bit unruly. Over there, we've lost the top end of the stream to the mint. So I actually clipped that right back down to almost nothing already once this year, and I not freeze dried it, I dehydrated it all and turned it into some mint flakes. But yeah, I think I'll probably just I don't know if the chickens like mint. See if they want it. If they don't, I'll compost it. But let's get to it. Okay, that's a bit better. I can see a bit more of the stream now. Basically, I've got a bay tree there, and I've got a red robin, and they drop a lot of leaves right under here. And it's only shallow, the stream, so if there's too much of a blockage, it can overspill. Now, I soon know if that's happening because the water level in the main pool drops. Zoom you out. The water level in the main pool drops. But with all that mint there, it can get hard to get to that bit. So, mint's been hacked back a fair bit. I've let it stay long at the back because it can. There's no reason why it can't. I've moved me little pheasant. And I even forgot that I had this lovely grass there that was completely engulfed. So we've probably saved that as well. And I can see my mushroom again. So not too bad. Didn't take long, but these are just the little jobs that need to be done. I've just remembered, I'm not going to give the mint to the chickens, and I'm not going to put it in this composter. One, because it's pretty full, and it's pretty done, and it's full of my potatoes. Volunteer potatoes, I might add. I forgot to say, I actually make my own fertiliser in here. Now, warning, it's pretty rank, but any weeds I pull from the garden go in here, and there's just a bit of chicken wire at the bottom that stops any of the larger bits getting through. But let me show you now. This smells as bad as it looks it's going to smell, I will say that. However, that's all you really need. And the way I learned that is really all you need for one watering can is because I put like 2 of these in a whole watering can, thinking how strong can it be, so I need some weeds, and I killed 3 of my courgette plants last year. They all got fertiliser burnt, and I was like, wow, okay, that's obviously a lot stronger than I thought. So it is incredible what you can make just out of garden weeds and trimmings and leafy bits. I mean, it doesn't smell that bad, but bad enough to make the wife moan. So anyway, with that in mind, because this is quite, I mean, they are sticky, but they're not like, you know, they're green sticky, they're not like sticks, they'll break down. And these flower heads, all this stuff is going to contain some kind of nutrients which will break down in that water. So that's what I'm going to do with all the mint. It's going to contribute to my fertiliser system. Yes. Right, so basically what I do is get a load in there. Oops, I've got this stick with a little thing on it, and there it goes. Get in there. Yep, that smells ripe. Do you know what? It only smells ripe after I put fresh stuff in it though. Like the beginning of this year, it didn't even smell that bad. And that kind of smells a bit eggy. How about that for some soup? So another job I've got to do is I need to top up the soil in here, the compost, to like just under the rim, really, just about a ½ inch under the rim. These poor buggers are so desperate to be repotted. I mean, that poor little bugger. I think we can get something out of it. I'm going to pop them around the base, and then once given the proper root space, they should turn into something like that. We've got a little bit of Jack's Magic. So we're going to put some of this in, get them in, give that a drench, and I'm probably going to nip back them flowers that are on these tomatoes because they're not enough. They're not big enough for me at the moment. I want to let them concentrate more on rooting out and bushing out before we start letting the fruits grow.
Right, I need to make some sowings of some more lettuce because we're starting to get through it. So, got some spinach. Summer solstice today, so technically the evenings should be getting darker quicker. So, well, not technically, they will be, unfortunately. So I'm hoping that will stop these from bolting. I will also have a go with some rocket now summer solstice has passed. I've got some microgreens, only cress. What's actually broccoli greens, but they're nice all the same. We've got a little gem lettuce, we've got some red bowl salad leaves, we've got some Adine superfood mix, which is just a mix of different leaves. And we've got some Lola Beyonda, which is like a frilly, crispy, curly leaf thing. So I like using these nice deep trays. They are decent for pulling out because they're tapered. When you get to pulling them out, first of all, it's quite gives the roots a good bit of depth, so you can grow the plants on a little bit larger than you normally would. But because they're tapered, they're easy to pop out. The downside is they take a hell of a lot of potting mix. But if that makes for a stronger seedling, so be it. I do actually have some compost that is looking pretty good that I made myself. There's potatoes growing out of it. I'm reluctant to disturb it because I want the potatoes. I've never done that before, and I don't know what they're going to turn out like. So I've resorted to buying some compost. In all fairness, this probably looks a bit better than what I've made. I doubt it's any richer though. It's all made with the same stuff. A little bit sticky, but nothing too bad. If I was that worried, I'd sieve it, but I'm not. And in this little dish here, I'll do the microgreens. And these will just go in sandwiches and salads and a bit of egg mayo maybe. I think you're mostly there. And I'm ready to put some impressions in. Good. Some of them probably want topping up a little bit. Impressions went in a bit deeper than I'd like. Just normally the edge ones, the ones that you don't get as much compacted in. Now I'm just going to be random. So, you know, the spinach and the lettuce I'm probably going to direct sow in the bed that these are going in, because I quite like them just to go a bit wild. The lettuces, however, I like to have them as a lettuce head, so I can sort of control how many go in one area. Anyway, so what we got here? Red bowl. try and get well, some of these, in all fairness, have like 2 or 3 in each cell. So I'm just going to do the first 3. Okay, that's the red leaf. Let's do the Lola Bionda. Lola Bionda? Nice curly leaf. Bitter but sweet. If that makes sense. The sparrows like this one as well. The sparrows don't really eat the red lettuce. They are a bugger for my green lettuces. The irony is, I don't get any problems with blackbirds stealing fruit or anything like that. The only birds that cause me an issue are the house sparrows from my bloody lettuces. Right, they've had another 3 cells. I'm going to do a cell of little gem. Just 1 row, I think. There we go. We done the, what we got left? Superfood salad leaves, just a salad mix. So this is just going to be a mix. Who knows what we'll get? Mixed leaves. That'll do. Ooh, these look way different seeds to them. Well, we'll see. We've got all different coloured seeds in there, so this will be a nice little surprise when it all comes up. See what we get. Oh, I love it when they come up. I love to see it. It's so exciting when you see your seedlings come up. A proud dad. Well, that's as close as a proud father as I could imagine being, because I don't have any children. Thank God. Right. Give that a topping. Top dressing. And we're done. Right, they've had a splurge of water and they've been left over the back. And that's it for the microgreens. They don't need a lot. Now all I do with these get a load in there. And I'll just rough all this up. Try and get it all equally dissipated. That's the whole packet gone in there. Pat it down. I'll give this a splash of water as well. And I'll leave it under here because the wisteria is quite heavy over here and it shades this a lot, so it's not any direct sun. So I'll leave it over there. It's sort of dappled light over there. Just make sure it doesn't dry out. You should have some microgreens in a few days. Morning everyone, it's now Sunday and this is the onion bed. So I topped it up with a bit of fresh compost. I tried to dig in a lot of that leaf mulch that I'd used to protect the onions over winter. Tons of worms come up, so that's good. They'll enjoy that leaf mulch. So I'm going to get some bits and bobs sowed in there today. Life of a dog, eh? I'm going to harvest my seeds for my chives, and just to show you just how easy this is, I mean, I'm going to do it one-handed for you. Then you pinch your head off, ta-da, chive seeds. So yeah, chive seeds, you're interested as well, aren't you? This is my audience. Yeah, so I'm going to pop those down there, easy peasy. Yes, right, so the garden is looking, excuse the tumble dryer, that one went boom, and we've got a new one being delivered today. They're taking that one with them, so that's why there's a random tumble dryer in the middle of my garden. Anyway, so repotted my lavender. I had a nice lavender there. It overwintered there, lice as well. Like I said, this is quite protected up here. So repotted it, bigger pot. Going to move it out into the sun as well. See how that goes. It's got some fresh compost. It wasn't root bound, but it was drying out so quickly. I was having to water it every single day, and I mean, that's not a problem watering it every day, but when I'd put my like poke around in the soil, it was like bone dry, even though I'd watered it the day before. So it was like, okay, no, there's just not enough space there for any water retention, and then that's where mistakes happen, and you have like a couple of days of forgetting to water, or you're away or something, and that's it, dead. Makeshift drying rack. Fairly shaded here, get a little bit of dappled light. I mean, out of this whole area, I can see a little bit of light there, but that'll do. I've actually hung chilies up on here. This bit here is heavy with the wisteria, so it does get quite shaded. There's our microgreens, there's our lettuces, and there's the star jasmine that I tried to save. Half of it has bounced right back. Look at them leaves. The other half, not sure. I might have to give that a real harsh prune and see what happens. I'll see how it pans out for the rest of the day. Right, so garden is looking a lot tidier. We've done some pruning and bits and bobs. Still got some jobs to do, cut the grass. Sorry, I have cut the grass, but I do still have some jobs to do, more so up this end of the garden, the dumping ground. Really annoying that I don't have my chipper. But really today, nothing strenuous. We're going to collect some eggs from the chickens. We're going to sow out some stuff for the big bed. I've just seen a bit of micro breakfast. There's more of them now, look. Do you know what though? Those ones are definitely ready. Oh, first ones of the season. God, they're sweet. Beautiful. Most importantly, let's feed these. So, scoop. Scoop. Okay. Hungry, hungry fishies. Right, they've never been fed. Temperature, 33 degrees, you see the temperatures are right up. The pond's sitting at about 23 degrees. 24 degrees, which is gorgeous. Lovely, lovely temperature for them. Their metabolism will be absolutely peaking at this point. In turn, they absolutely charge for the food. And as long as my water quality stays well, have a little bit of protein up there. If you're not a fish keeper, I won't bore you anymore, but yeah, they can take as much food as you can give them as long as your water can handle it. Greedy little piggies. The stream's looking good. That was all done yesterday. It's all trimmed up, looking much better. There's my pheasant. Yeah, so now it's just really having a go over here, tidying this up. But the pile is going to have to stay until my new chipper arrives. Anyway, let's go get some eggs. Collecting the eggs yesterday, I forgot. I got busy doing the garden, and we did actually shoot out for a few hours to try and buy a barbecue, a new one, but girls are happy, and young truffle. Now, oh, I see some eggs. Oh, blimey, girls, lovely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 more, 7 eggs. Well done, girls. Ah, perks of having non-broody chickens. Thank you. Excellent. So it's been about 5 days since the last garden tour video and the little clean up that I done. And on that video I sowed some lettuce and some microgreens. And so they were literally up within 48 hours. Couple of this one, this one, this one. That one does actually have something coming, but they've all started coming up. And the microgreens, ta-da! So that's pretty much now ready for cropping. 5 days. So if this is the sort of thing you'd like to eat daily, you know, just you could do one of those perhaps every other day or every third day, knowing that within 4 or 5 days that's the kind of, I mean, they probably would grow a little bit taller if I left them, but that's perfect size for chopping up, putting in a salad or whatnot.
But anyway, what we're going to do today, well, actually it's Friday after work, so it's not today. What I'm going to do now is just have a look at my blueberries, because I just like looking at them, because they are just, look. There's so many. Anyway, I haven't sowed anything in here yet. So, we've got some snap peas. I think I might put some snap peas in there. Maybe some garden peas. I've got some, maybe I just should do a massive just bean variety. Edamame, do some peas, do some snap peas, do some French beans. That is just the loveliest variety, by the way. They really are lovely. Maybe some more little carrots. Then I thought, oh, what about, I could do a little climbing. I mean, I'm pushing my luck with sowing outdoors, but it is still June. It's the 27th, but it is still June. So, well, I've never done these before, and I've got a bed of them over there, so I'm maybe thinking, let's see how they go, see if they're quite a prolific cropping. Am I going to get tons off that little bed, or let's have a look at them. Runner beans are looking good. So is that cabbage. Right, here they are. So they come up pretty good. I don't know how tall they get. They do look, I feel like I need to do some kind of supporting. Oh no, look, yeah. I mean, he's still alive, but maybe I need to get some kind of support going here. Big old lettuce. But anyway, so this is edamame beans. No flowers as of yet. Really weird, they're like furry. Strange plant. So yeah, I don't know if I'm going to get tons. Like, I know the French bean, the Ferrari. By the way, all the leaves, the next set have come out the same. They've gone like a bit crimpled. This is watered morning and night. I know it's just a wall planter, but I've grown them here every year. I've never had this. Yeah, there's moisture in there, it's damp. Maybe overwatering? I'm definitely going to do some more French beans, because that doesn't look promising. And we've done real poor with the French beans down the plot as well. The fish say hello. Okay. Let's get some beans in. So I'm thinking I'm going to do French beans in this quarter. I'm going to do some snap peas here. I might do some garden peas there. And right, we're going to do snap peas. We're going to do right. decisions. Wouldn't it be easy if that was it? If that's all you had to do? Right, they're sown. Now just walk away. I don't think I'm going to do any more of the mummies. What else have I got? Or maybe I leave that one free, because in a minute I'm going to have loads and loads of lettuces. Oh, new barbecue, by the way, incoming. But then this lettuce bed is coming to its end. These will be gone in a minute, these two cabbages, and these ferns are just in pots. So
lettuces, and then this would be lettuces. I've got all these mad sunflowers, but they're just about to come out, so now I'm like, oh, do I cut them down or should I leave them for the bees? So now I've opted to leave them for the bees, so I'll probably just plant lettuces around them now. Maybe I'll support them back to the wall a bit, but so I've got 1, 2, and I could probably squeeze a few more in here. Oh, I pulled one out just to see. It doesn't even have cloves, it's just like a ball. So I mean, if that's a sorry looking patch of garlic. Yeah, I'm definitely taking this down the allotment. And I think I might just do a few more composters there. These box varieties, and just do like alternate, because I've got all this chicken manure that I'm going to keep getting now. It'd be handy to always have an empty composter so I can then just do this like rotation. So I might get rid of that, get another composter, and probably move the fertilizer over here, because this does get in the way of the gate a little. Nothing grows in here. I've tried a few different things in here now. It just doesn't get enough light. So anyway, I'm waffling. Well, I'm definitely just going to get them free for now, and I'll think about this one because I'm still undecided. I'm definitely going to get them free in, so let's do it. Well, I hope that was riveting for you. If you stayed this long, you may as well watch me water it. So I'll just give it a good old drench. And what I'll do now every morning before work, and I do get up early for work, get up about 4 AM, I'll come out here and just give it a bit of a drench to the beginning of the day, because this is a real sunny spot here, so the sun does beat down on it all day. So I try if I can to get it wet in the morning rather than the evening, just to give it the best chance to stay moist really. And once they start growing, I'll do morning and evening. I didn't say any in that bit, I don't know why I'm watering that bit. Job's a good one. Okay, well, that's that. I'm going to go and have my dinner. I'll quickly update you on how these are drying out. So they're looking really good. Some of them are going real crispy. They're taking their time. I thought that with this heat we're having, I thought they'd dry a lot quicker, but and there's my allotment garlic. Looks, see, I thought this was small until I was moaning at this. I thought this was small. Should we go pull another one? Because I don't know if they're going to do anything now. I feel like, you know, this one looks like a chunky stem. Let's look for the deadest one. Let's look for the one that looks most likely to be ready to be pulled. This one, let's do this one. Oh, at least this one has cloves. It's a little baby garlic. Oh, it's got a bit of a whoop. Yeah. Oh well, listen. I've never, do you know what, even this, right, I can see this cloves and I'm looking at it thinking, should I have pulled this shit? Well, we did. I just don't know with garlic. Garlic's a weird one. I'm pretty good at judging when stuff's ready, but not garlic. But yeah, bear in mind this is the biggest one over there so far. It's a baby. Oh well, it can dry with the others. Yeah. Yes. So another weekend, more chores to do. I'm waffling now, but probably can't see me because of the sun. I'll give you an update when this stuff germinates. Yeah. Bye.